Well, oh good. More Golden City folk. Can't say I'm glad to see any of you. Nothing good comes from that city.
As the party makes their way towards the town of Midpoint, it's closed shops, run-down homes, broken windows, boarded up doors.
What's going on out here?
Ever since they opened Amberville, this town's just not necessary anymore.
Mina, is there anything we should do while you all go ashore?
Andrew, stay here and tend to the ship.
There's something odd about that, Port. If you're willing to fetch me concrete proof, I'm willing to give you 100 gold apiece.
Yay.
She reaches into her shirt and she puts something in your hands. She gave you a symbol of Rivedon. You are able to finally get a good look at the creature. This long, thin, monstrous form, this gaunt creature, Thala. It is everything that you've ever feared from the stories of the Vir Coral. You see Helith just stops moving. The claw is in Helith.
You're either very brave, very bold, or very stupid. At one point, I had an agreement. They feed me, and in return, I don't fucking slaughter them all. Those agreements are long since dead, and so everyone else will be. One of them, of course, was already grabbed. I hope he wasn't important to you. Andrew, I believe, was the name called out as he was pulled into the icy brine.
Fucking baby.
I knew it.
I'm going to freaking kill you for killing the Andrews.
Oh, there are more than one. How delightful.
I have a sound attack, and it is like a sonic boom.
As it echoes across the wood, it slams into the vampire, sending him careening off of the ship. The red-headed Andrew pushes his way forward.
Mina, you gotta get it. You gotta get him back. You gotta get him back.
He slips by you, and you hear his feet pitter and patter out of earshot. They came from the waters. I barely saw them. It's some kind of vampire. I'll keep them safe, though I think they're trying to sink the ship. I didn't mean to let them get Andrew. All of you hear a splash into the cold, dark water.
Did he jump in the fucking water?
Thala, it comes down to you. Do we set sail now, or is someone heading into the cold, dark after the Andrews?
I cannot, in good conscience, leave the Andrews. I think my vote would be to go in after them.
We want to save him, but we need to save everyone. If we can't find him quickly, we'll have to leave him behind.
I don't know anything about these creatures. If the water's their home, then it's almost suicide to go in after them. I can offer some assistance, but I can't go in the water.
There's unfinished business?
Unfortunately.
All right. There's unfinished business.
Tournament of gold. Tournament of gold. From Steel Star to the Twilight Vale, Golden City to Amberville, we fight the fear, the fierce, the bold in the tournament of don't fight when can't give up. The time is near. The fight is here. It's just one wish. You have to win the tournament of gold. Tournament of gold. Tournament of gold.
Hello and welcome. I am Adam, your game master, and this is Cinematic Epic. Oh boy, I can't wait to get into this. I mean, the recap has us ready. We're plunging into freezing waters. We've got Andrews of all hair color down in the icy depths. But for this story to be told, there's a few things that we need to talk about. The main ways a story gets told are the story that I tell, as the world is created around the players, the story that they tell, the decisions they make, whether they jump into the icy waters or they leave someone behind. And then finally, the story the dice tell. Every 20, and more importantly, every 1. And there is one last rule. In fact, probably the most important part of Cinematic Epic, which is you are always welcome to try. That's right. At any point, a hero may attempt just about anything. Doesn't mean it's always going to work out, but they can. Helping us bring the ambience is Tabletop Audio. Tabletop Audio is a fantastic way to, well, set the tone, the music, the atmosphere of what you're doing, from your dungeons to your spaceships, from your noir settings to your, over-the-top fantasy battles. So check it out, whether you're playing online like us or at your table at home. Oh, boy. Last session. I can't wait to get into this session, and to do that, we need a party. So let's bring on in that party. Oh, it's wonderful to see you all again. We're here. We're ready to roll dice and hopefully avoid a red screen.
Oh, okay.
And we have to introduce ourselves. And to start that off, of course, it's Thala.
Yes, it's Thala. No, my name's Alicia. I'm playing the character Thala. She is an adventurer, gallivanter, which is always a mouthful for me. Neridari from Lunar Port. She stands at 6 feet tall, with blue-green skin, hardened scales, with webbed hands and feet. She, where we left off last time, not in a good position. She feels like we have to save the Andrews because we brought them with us. I don't want to say she's responsible for them, but making her the leader, she feels kind of responsible for them. It's going against every bit of her survival instincts, but have to at least try.
Yeah, well, and to do that, that means plunging into the dark, freezing depths of the oceans below, where no light can reach. But there is definitely a hero here that desperately wants you to do that, and that is Nira.
Hi, I'm Niru.
Niru.
And all good. I'll be playing Mina. She's an Entkin from the Evergreen Isle of Mistkeep, but she's also been sailing the high seas as a pirate. She's 6'4" with deep emerald green eyes, and she has bark-like skin with intricate engravings. And yeah, she's feeling stressed right now because even though she's hard on them, she loves the Andrews. She might not show it, but she loves them. So, hoping that we can save them from whatever lies beneath the water.
That's fair. And, you would jump in after, but it's hard to sink when you're,
Yeah.
just floating on the surface like, I'm coming. Next up, we have the one, the only, the Healith.
Hello, I'm Ian, and this evening I will be playing Healith. Healith is a human from Norlock, which is the northern part of Keep Kolak. He is a Guardian Cerberus. He stands about 6'3". He is kind of lanky. He's a tall, thin guy with brown hair with red stripes in it, and he's got green eyes, much like most of this party. He is terrified after getting stabbed by one of what he didn't know then, but kind of now know, the Veer Coral. And he is wanting to get everyone out of here, but he's also terrified of staying too long. So we'll see what happens this evening.
It's true. Valid. And, you do have all your new spider friends to keep you
That's
company.
true.
You know,
I
one
don't think
says-
spiders go well with water unless, there are specific spiders that can just sit on top of the water.
Oh, it's okay.
Spider-
They'll wait under your bed for you. Don't worry.
Spiders
Oh,
can hold their
God.
breath for hours.
And of course, we have last but not least, Mr. Akama.
It's me. My name is James, and tonight I'll be playing Akama. Akama is a Stygian from Vloma, and he's a Pioneer Harbinger. He's 5'8", with bright green eyes, and he's got markings reminiscent of tattoos that come from his right hand up to his face, and he wears a half face mask. And last time I also got poked up by these creatures, and that was a pretty not great experience. And I want to leave immediately, but we gotta try to help these the Andrews out. But I definitely ain't getting in that water. I'll tell you what, though.
Hey, look.
Speaking as the other person who got stabbed, it is a 0 out of 10 experience. Would highly not recommend.
Look, at the end of the day, what is the big deal about risking the wish, your stories, your characters, your lives, your hopes, your dreams, and everyone counting on you for a couple of, small children you brought along with you?
Oh man,
So-
now I'm rethinking this whole thing.
This is the
Don't
game.
let Adam do that to you.
Hey, don't let him do it to you. He's trying to. Don't let him break
He
your
wants to
spirit.
psych you out. He wants to psych you out. Don't let him. You made a decision. Let's roll
All
with
right.
it.
Before
Vanessa,
we
don't
can get into this session, we do need to take stock of our gold, our tokens, and our health. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. The party is looking pretty poor for the most part. Everyone is still at full health, and we have a few tokens, though. Not too many. Though, those of us with epic tokens, you might be using them, lest the icy depths claim more than just the boat.
For real.
And without further ado, let's see how the party handles the perils that remain in Midpoint.
All right.
As the party stands there on the boat, watching the cold waters settle, Thala makes the decision to stay. And so, with this, the party has to come up with a plan of action. Is Thala alone jumping into these icy waters?
Oh, we're back.
Well-
All right.
Oh yeah, right into you, right into to all of you.
At the very least, take the symbol of Rivadon. I want to give that to you to take if you are, whoever's jumping in. I'm a tree, so I will sink, but take the symbol of Rivadon or whatever else. It might help.
Oh, well, that's a. Is it like. What form is it in?
I think it's like
So
a
we're-
talisman, like a necklace sort of
He
thing.
said it's a necklace, so I guess we can put it
Yeah.
on.
Put it on.
Why this? I mean, because I know that there are, from what I know, there are things that can, I don't want to say afraid of, but that can stop it. I just knew that it was a symbol. I didn't know what. Have you
Oh yeah. So
have we seen this in action?
We have. When I was fighting the vampires on the boat before you guys got here, it helped, and they were pretty terrified of it. And I think it helped make me stronger. So it might help with whatever is down there, if it's related.
Stop looking like that, Adam. Stop
You
it.
fought
Are there
plural
yeah
vampires?
Oh,
Or
yeah. I
things?
forgot to tell you guys. Yeah. There were vampires on the
What do you
boat.
mean?
Well,
Yeah.
Look, if
Before
she
you guys
fought
got
multiple
back.
and she made it, maybe it did help her somehow. But are there...
Also,
Oh.
sorry, the old lady that gave it to me back at the manor, I think her intention was to give it to me to fight whatever, like, evil was up there, so it has some sort of power.
Yeah, and I remember now that you
We
mentioned
gotta,
Okay, but
Now
okay.
we
you
gotta
mentioned
make a
there was
decision quick.
Mhm.
I don't
Yes.
think too many people can hold a breath that long.
I
So,
can't go in, but I can send you help. I'll make something to help you. I'll summon something.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Summon what?
Like I did the wolf for here.
Oh, that
Wait.
weird blood wolf was you?
Yeah.
So like animals?
Well, yeah.
Can you make fish?
That's what I was gonna try to do. Yeah.
So okay. Only because once again, I know from what I remember from the stories that they told me about these things when I was little, and I'm pretty sure these are the same things because they look. Doesn't matter. They are. I don't want to say afraid, but maybe
60.
afraid of like like big, like long, like barracuda looking fish. If you could, that would help immensely. Only one more. If you could,
What are you gonna say?
That would help me with that.
45.
Can I borrow a sunstone?
Yeah, you'll need to be able
Yeah.
to see down there. So here,
Okay.
Healith hands Thala the sunstone.
I'd like to
I got
ask
that.
Adam a question.
30. Go
How,
ahead.
off of her description, how much life do you think do I think it'll take to make this creature?
If you wanted to go exact, you're looking at a minimum 2.
That's what I thought at least. Okay. I can tell me a little bit about it, and then I'll just
you
whatever
ever
you.
seen-
You didn't even have
have
to be
you-
really telling me. I'm just
I was
saying.
gonna say, have you ever seen a barracuda?
20.
Yeah. I mean,
If you've seen
Yeah.
a barracuda.
okay. I'm gonna go.
Honestly,
10.
I'm ready.
if you can make their eyes shiny. But yeah, barracuda.
Okay. I'm
Go.
gonna do.
Reflective
I'm gonna
eyeballs.
cut my finger,
All right. Oh shit.
and I want to throw. I'm throwing 3 life to make this creature.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Here.
Perfect.
All right. I have.
Let's
my little
let's
animal-
get
myself.
a d20 attached to that. We're gonna call this a we're gonna call this a perform to get it to act the way as described. We're gonna call it a perform 11 because the spell itself isn't the issue.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, lucky.
You all watch as this, and I mean large, more like we would call it probably like alligator-sized barracuda, like spawns and twists out of the blood from Akama's hands, and it's on the deck flopping around, thrashing before it like splashes into the water, and you see it like darting around.
Seeing
Is it
that,
gonna stay? Is it gonna stay with me?
yeah, I can make it do
Okay.
whatever.
Cool. Okay. So I'm over here, like I have my little amulet. I got my sunstone. I'm gonna assume that I still well no, because I have a spear. I have to do something. I'm taking it with me.
I just imagine
And,
someone like getting their scuba gear on.
I don't need that, but yeah. But he said
The
he's bringing
boat rocks as if something hit it, and you hear the breaking of wood somewhere in the lower part of the ship.
Shoot.
All right, you gotta go.
I do.
We're gonna go. We gotta go check that out.
Gonna
Well,
have
someone
to.
should stay up here and watch the deck, though.
I'm gonna. Mm-hmm.
I guess
Alright.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down and look. Someone come
So
with me.
Akama's going to Akama's going under the deck. Thala's going into the water. Healith, Mina.
I'll stay up here and watch the deck.
Healith will then follow Akama down to make certain that the hull is secure.
Perfect.
We'll report back,
With-
Captain.
With a light splash, Thala enters the cold water. But we're going to start our story with what's happening here on the boat. Thala, as you splash into the water, immediately you hear the sounds of these creatures. As you know, they can't really swim that well. They're heavy, they're coral encrusted. So the way they operate is by latching onto something, pointing into a direction, and then launching themselves in straight lines.
Okay.
One after another, you feel the bubbles of the as they shoot past you, and the small sounds of impacts on the boat.
Okay.
Now we go back to our on boat side party members. As Healith and Akama, you enter the lower deck of the ship. One of the creatures has breached the hull and is climbing its way in, and you see the claws and arms of other ones as they start to grip and break into the boat. This part of the boat that they're impacting on is not at water level, so there's not water coming in currently. But as more impact immediately, that is the concern, is that if they start hitting where there's water, there will be trouble. But you are currently looking at one of them in the ship with you, and two more trying to break their way in. It's coming through, so it's going to be automatic last initiative. So which one of you wants to go first?
Inside or me too?
Thala, no, you're going
Inside.
to be separate.
You're good.
We're doing it in two groups.
Healith would jump to it quickly, pushing past because he saw Akama make some sort of blood sacrifice, so he's assuming that Akama doesn't have a lot of blood left to give. So, I mean, I don't know how homie did it, but, enough blood came out of him to make a fish and start going around. That can't be easy or light work. So, the first one's coming in. Healith would go ahead and try and stab it into an eye or an open mouth, depending on whether or not it is screeching, screaming, or making any sort of noise. We haven't heard them do any sort of vocalization, but I imagine, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, let's see it.
That's right, they did call last time. Oh, thank God. I was ready for it.
You're able to run up and stab the creature as it's still trying to pry its way in. You connect right through the corally rock looking eye socket. As it hits, you can tell there's a shell around an eye. As it pierces in, it leaks out like the yolk of an egg. The creature flails for a second and then falls limp. As it does, let's roll you a reflex. We're going to call it a reflex 6. It's, as you can feel, as it goes limp, the body weight is massive. These things are heavy.
Oh, shit.
Okay, cool.
Oh, big!
Woohoo!
Bet.
The wall helped you out.
Bet.
In which case, you're able to pull your weapon out, immediately ready it, and you may do a free forced action on one of the other ones breaching in.
So there's two coming in, right?
Yes, they one of them is like head shoulders. The other one is still breaking the hole.
Okay, I go for the one that has head shoulders, and I attempt to do the same style of attack to face, eyes, mouth,
Let's see it.
region.
Man, spearing them up.
No.
Never mind.
Oh
No.
I'm glad I'm not standing next to you.
No.
As you go to stab, the creature pulled one of the planks, and it naturally, as it gives, its body moves back a little bit, and your stab goes out the window that it's, or the hole that it's making, and so your spear is just out there. And now we're gonna have you roll a reflex as it's trying to just spear its claws into your forearm. We're gonna call this one a 11.
Hey, that was a friendly roll.
It has been
What if it
dangerously
wobbled
close.
over onto the one?
Don't even jinx it.
With a 15, I'm gonna say you're able to you're not able to just like drop your weapon. You're able to pull your whole like spear back inside and like full step back.
Gotcha. Do a full retreat, pull back a little bit so that way I don't get stabbed.
Would you like to do an official forced action?
Give me a second. I want to look at.
Well, he mulls that over. James, or sorry, Akama.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the old Boski, and I want to aim for the other one that's just peeking his head through, the one that's trying to break the boards. I just want to try to shoot him.
Let's see it.
Okay.
That was almost a 20.
But it could have been worse. So we're
I'm gonna roll. Let's roll a miscellaneous. Actually, I roll a grapple check for our creature on the outside to see if they can hold on to the ship, or if the impact was enough to knock it off. We're gonna say it needs a 12 or higher. It's +2 for the rest.
Shit.
Oh.
It's holding on. Now, the shot clearly did damage to it. Like it like the coral on its face is cracked and chipped, but it like leans back a little bit, but then brings itself back forward and is still trying to break through. We're going to take a quick pause. We're going to go on the top of our ship here, as one party member stands alone. As the splashes around begin to, you hear like more and more impacts, but then also you see them like shooting out of the water and like missing the boat at first, and then they like start tearing into the sails or the mast, and then as they fall and hit the deck, their weight is like splintering and breaking the wood. But there are, you know what? Let's leave this up to the dice. Let's get a calamity roll. How many are on the top deck? 30 represents a good roll for you, and 1 represents a good roll for me.
When did the calamity become so big? Has it always been so big?
Oh, yay. All right.
That's not too bad. Right now, there are only 2 that are on the deck with you. There are a couple like up in like the upper like, you know, mast and whatnot, and some that have just overshot the ship and have like splashed into the water. But so you have 2 in front of you.
Is one closer to me than the other, or are they like?
Yes, we'll say one's like 15 feet, one's more like 30.
Could I try something? Could I try using? Could I try using like earth magic to like create some sort of like branch or vine to like hold it before I attack it?
Fine.
First off, you're always welcome to try. Second off, yes, we're gonna call this a spellcasting nature. We'll call this one a miscellaneous or a non-attack roll. So we're gonna call it a 12.
It's a Hedera special.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no!
That is just shy.
Jinxed it.
Oh my gosh!
That is just shy.
All right.
I'm kidding.
So vines like do start to like encompass the creature, but it's able to like, as it's like readying to charge you, keep its like limbs free, and just like the roots that do grab hold aren't strong enough.
All right. I'm gonna try and attack the one closest to me. I have bark knuckles.
Oh, we're gonna go meet it in. I love it. So, in which case, we're gonna go ahead and go to a good old fashioned roll off.
Roll off.
Roll off.
Have we even had one? Have we had one yet?
This creature is running towards you with its bladed hand. Versus your bark knuckles.
Yes.
So let's see who comes out on top of this roll-off.
Oh. What is that?
Oh! Yes!
Yes.
Oh,
The two of you both collide near, like at a similar time, but the bark of your skin like starts to give a little bit, like it chips, but it hasn't like broken or been punctured, as you're able to like lay the extra effort through the punch, turn the creature's head, and let's roll a reflex for it to try to stay aboard the ship. We're gonna call it a 16.
you
Nice.
just knocking motherfuckers off the ship.
Okay.
The creature stumbles and with a splash is sent into the deep. But
Oh, yeah.
there are many of these things, and so we are going to once again, not just for you, but for the sake of the ship, roll one more calamity to see how many more of these core corals are here.
Beer coral?
Veer
He's
coral.
like, what? He's like, what did I name them?
He said everything possible.
Oh,
Fucking fantastic, guys.
The victory of Helith, Akama, and Mina is brief, as one vampire, one of these vamp creatures, I've already my brain, I don't know what's going on, has plummeted into the depth from the spear of Helith. Akama has chipped away at one who still tries to break in. Mina sends one back into the water herself. But the ship itself rocks with the next wave of impacts. Helith, Akama, you're looking at easily 10 breaches as their
Change.
hands and arms begin to come in, and you know this time, as you can hear in the lower decks, you're Akama, Archangel, beginning to like shout orders and yell commands and like attack himself, because they have breached areas where water is now filling the ship. Mina, up on the top deck with you, there is the one that was still there. 6 more have landed.
oh, great.
And on this note, we're going to cool things off,
Oh,
and we're going to go check in on Thala.
awesome.
Thala, as you're swimming down into these darker and darker and darker still waters. All the sound of the bubbles and the crashing of the ships slips away. The only thing you can hear occasionally echoing through the deeps are the call of the night whales and their as it vibrates through the icy waters.
Is it too late to ask?
Huh?
Is it too late to ask? No, I didn't. Does she know anything about these whales? Being that they're also sea creatures?
For the most part, what you know is that like they themselves are relatively harmless creatures. They travel across, but they bring this pocket of night with them, forever devoid of having the sun touch their whale exteriors, their skin, and so it makes them very popular amongst certainly cult groups, vampires, of course. And things of the dark. Though they themselves have no true evil or dark allegiance, they are rather coveted and worshipped because of their...
Unfortunate side effect. Unintentional. Okay.
Meanwhile, your little fishies swim with you.
Okay.
And the two of you make your way further and further
He's
down.
not little.
Do I hear anything?
He's a big fishy.
All I hear is the whales. I don't hear anything else.
Yeah, no, everything is completely silent as you continue further and further down. You know you're not going to have a chance to find the entrance to any sort of inhabitants that they might have unless you can find like either a coral bed or the ground itself. You're a little shocked as you continue to swim down how steep the dock area of Midpoint is. It's almost like itself is just a straight drop. Your estimations would have you easily 200 feet down already.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then finally, this glass-like bubble-ish thing seems to move but resist touch at first. You know that this is something that many a creature who are not true aquatic will do, so that way they can have their home in the water but return to air, like in the depths. It's a spell of sort to contain air. With effort, you know you could push through it and enter.
But I can't see inside.
Not from where you are.
Let's see. I'd be afraid to push inside because what if he's in there? He can't breathe. What am I supposed to do? So I need to. I just think first you would try to feel around a little bit. Not spend too much time, but try to feel around to see, like, get an idea of how big it is. If there's, like, see if she can find a way in as opposed to just breaking it in.
The size of this is, I mean, it's maybe like manhole size, like your standard like street manhole kind of thing. Like it's clearly meant to be a tight squeeze, but yeah, that is all that's there.
So not so much a structure, but like a door.
Yeah.
Can she not get in without breaking it?
Oh no, sorry. I meant you could enter. Like with effort, you could enter. It,
you made it seem like she's breaking it. So I'm like,
no. Sorry, but like it like resists your touch, like it is its own like malleable surface. But like with effort, you could like enter through. It just takes like intention.
Gotcha. So yeah, she would try to get in, because what else is she? She hasn't come across anything else.
As you go to push in, one of the hands of the Veer Coral like step out, and it slides through the hole, and as if like in a trance or in something, it like pushes right past you, its shoulder almost touching you, and it launches itself towards the surface.
Is it already out of sight?
I mean, at any point during that description, you could act. If you would like.
I was going to say, because in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to use my actual spear, but I feel like I could do something within the water. Because, I mean...
Sure, what do you want to try?
Oh, it's still going to be spear-like, just not with my actual spear.
Okay.
I'm like, I was like, can it be a water spear? I know that sounds weird, but essentially, straight up in its direction.
Let's have a water attack.
I feel like you out here hitting it with a high pressure water.
Oh, bitch! What is that? What is that?
As it jets off into the dark, it took you slightly longer to make your spell. You launch it after it, but you have no real. You're like, well, okay.
Okay, I missed it. Okay, I missed it. There's nothing else I can do, so we're gonna have to go inside and hope that I don't run into another one on the way in the door.
Perfect. As you into the air pocket, you are immediately no longer in water at all. You're standing there. You begin to crawl through. As you're crawling through, you see another one of them crawling out. It right now is crawling right above you. What would you do?
There's not enough space for us to squeeze past.
Oh no! It's crawling like above you, like its head's above yours, and it's crawling on the inside of this little whole pocket of air.
Oh God! You know what? I'm gonna keep going, because at this point, if I try to do something and it fails, this could end poorly.
The two of you
I gotta make it in.
Right by. Again, as if it's under some sort of trance. It doesn't even like look at you as you move by.
So weird.
As you get inside, you see droves and droves and droves of people. Each one of them, they like float in these little like watery little bubbles with just their head exposed, and then their head is like in a box. They have little puncture wounds in them, as if they've been fed on.
I'm gonna say they're milking them.
Got
Oh gosh. So bubble with a box over their head, kind of. Okay. All right. Do I recognize any of them, even though they're just bodies and no head? Well, I don't see that.
You recognize none, save for two that are just like thrown over into like a makeshift cage of sorts. Them being the Andrews.
Question. I know how far down I am, but would a regular person be able to make it to the top without drowning?
Someone would have to go pretty quick.
Okay.
I mean,
Just wondering.
they got down there somehow. But
I'm sure they didn't swim on their
curls.
own.
Well, sure, I'm just saying. I guess the curls do move pretty fast, though. So.
Okay. Okay. You said so droves of people, but do I see any more of the vampire friends?
No.
Just people?
It's just droves and droves, as if this is like a feeding hall.
Oh, this it clearly is. This is like Blade. Okay. Okay.
All the
Well,
corals too busy fucking on us to be down there fucking up you.
pretty much. All right. Well, I feel like one more question before I go towards the Andrews. Can I see in this room any other like doorways or anything of that nature?
Oh, tons. Yeah, you can very much say you would imagine this is like beehive-ish. You found an entrance, not the entrance.
Okay, so they're not here because they're in like their room, sleep. Okay, this is just the dining room. Got it. All right. I'm over here like I'm gonna try. I feel like I would try to make my way to the cage that I assume that the Andrews are in first.
Perfect. As you approach the Andrews, let's roll a perception check. We're going to call this perception 9.
Picture of
Bam.
my mind of you in there is hilarious.
As you get close to the Andrews, you hear very loud footsteps, something being dragged, echoing down one of the halls. What would you do?
Is there anywhere I can hide?
Within a realm of reason. Yeah, there are obstacles and whatnot. Like, I mean,
like, are you talking about
you wouldn't say
like
you wouldn't say you're like hiding like from all directions, but like from the tunnel that you're hearing noise, you could be out of sight for someone walking into the room.
I would feel try to be out of sight, but still have some view of
Gonna be
Okay.
okay.
yeah, so I can see what's
as you go and you hide, you see none other than the gentleman that introduced himself as Grizzly.
Oh shit.
the fuck? I didn't know he introduced himself as Grizzly. We didn't know that was him. Wait, did he give his name?
It was mentioned at some point. Maybe the butler. Sorry, no, it was the butler that gave him the name.
Yeah, so we didn't know that. We met
the
him.
gentleman who
never
was
got
told
up to him.
you to be Grizzly.
What is he? Do I see where
he comes in? He's dragging something with his right arm. With his left arm, as he enters the hall, he throws one of the Vry corals like off to the side, and it like lands. Its head like caved in, and he drags something and he puts it down into the middle of the room, and he's like mumbling to himself as he like is fiddling with an object you're unfamiliar with.
What in the world? So he threw a dead vampire, and he has something else. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the other thing he has is like to the best of your knowledge, it's like some sort of wooden contraption. It's got some sort of arcane markings on it, but you're unfamiliar. Like, it's just kind of a wooden object with, like, arcane markings from your viewpoint.
So I don't know what it is, but he brought this dead one. I feel like, even though she doesn't know what it is, she might. It seems like it's a trap of some sort, but she don't know. Okay. See, I don't know if she can talk to him or not, because how is he here? That don't seem safe.
Well, while you mull that over, let's check with our heroes up top.
I don't like it.
And don't go back to us. Just stay down there.
So,
Yeah.
let's go with Mina. So you've got six additional +1, so 7 on top of the deck, and they are turning, screeching, and charging.
Jeez. All right. How close are they to each other? Like, are they all in different parts of the boat?
You would say that the closest one is by itself. 2 are then in a little group to the left. 3 are in like the third wave, if you will, and then there's the 4th is the 7th is the furthest away.
All right. So I want to try the vine thing again, and I want to try to like snake it around the 2 clusters that are kind of near each other to like corral them.
All right, we're trying to hold up 5 of them. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey!
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh!
All right.
So an 18 is good. However, stopping 5 of these things is still a colossal feat. You may still attempt. You may let the dice roll sit for trying to hold all 5, or you may decide to pick 2 or 3, the group of 2 or the group of 3. 5, 4.
Yeah,
3.
I mean, let's go big or go home. Let's do all 5.
Perfect. It has stopped their advance for now, but the vines are spread. Like they're thinned out. They're spread from trying to grab so many things. It will maybe hold them for a few seconds. So you have the one in front of you. You just have the one now charging you to deal with. And it's lunging.
All right. Well, I don't have any other weapons, so let's attack him with bark knuckles.
Perfect. Let's get an attack roll for bark knuckles.
She's throwing hands.
17 is
All right.
very solid. You're able
Rakes
to
on our hands.
You're able to slap that first one aside. It hits the deck hard. Its claws scraping into the wood of the ship. As you watch in horror, though, as the other 5 shuffle or like get the vines off and begin to make their charge
Great.
back at you. The 7th one is now, so it's now a group of 6 charging you, and there is the one still like the one that you just hit, who's like staggered and trying to stand back up, but it seems concussed. But let's check in the underdeck with the 10 that now present itself to Healith and Akama. Their arms just
Is there any... Just a quick question. Is there any of the ichor from the eye on my spear?
Yes.
I attempt to feed it to the spiders. To get them to like the taste, so that way we have, as you had mentioned, a whole little cadre of spiders that are the size of dinner plates to be like, hey, that's tasty.
Didn't you box them up? Or was that
I boxed
plan
a
to box them?
single.
I'll box a single.
It is a plan to... A single one was boxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea was to send a single one to the benefactor, but we haven't been able to do that yet.
One of them is already making its way towards Akama, as Akama has his blood wound from his spell earlier.
He's bleeding.
As you see it, and as you present the spear tip to it, the spider's like,
Ooh.
and like walks past it and continues going towards Akama.
Can I attempt to animal handle it?
Of course.
Can I attempt animal handling to kind of get them to realize that this is a source of food?
We're gonna call this a 21.
Jesus.
Damn, it
Oh,
had
no.
potential. It had potential.
They have potential.
The sad thing is that I have a 3. That 18 would have
I'm saying.
worked.
That's what I'm saying. It had potential.
You're
was
like,
funny as
you
hell.
keep, like, you think that maybe if
Trying
you,
to present
you know,
it.
had more time, that, like, even if you couldn't present it as food, you could present it as, like, threat, you know, or attack, or, like, another command. However, as more and more crashes, as they start to get, like, torso and hip into the ship, you don't have the time to spare.
Gotcha. Do I have enough time to attempt to stab another of the incoming vampire corals in the face?
Yeah, of course. Let's see it.
Look, he
They
knows
have their
it.
name is whatever you call it.
Look, he. Oh,
Where was that a second ago?
Damn.
right. Look, he
A
knows.
perfect strike through the skull, and another one of the Vry corals falls, slumps off of the ship with its head being broken into and destroyed.
I will attempt once more with a forced action to attack a second one.
Let's see it. Boom! Another one is sent. Only 8 more remain. But now they're nearing, like, all the way into the ship hull. Akama, do you have anything you want to add?
I am bowing them up as they trying to get up in here.
Let's see it.
Whatever ones are not near Healer's back.
Come on. Damn. Well,
Another, you fire a shot. It hits one of them that's like coming in. It like falls and slaps to the side. It like slips out of its hole a little bit, and so it's now delayed as it like starts to pull itself back up again. Oh, we've lost your audio.
I'm just thinking to myself, do I have anything cool for perks? I think I do actually. I have 1 free force action per session.
Heck yeah!
I
Let's
would
see
like
it.
to shoot another one, please.
jeez. Same. Okay. Ooh.
This time, especially as you've watched Healith like aim for the eye and get such good success, this time you follow suit and you like instead of just trying to like land a shot on target, you really prep the shot, and this flies into one of their eyes. It like flails at the arrow in its eye as you watch it like slip off of the ship into the water with a satisfying splash.
Satisfying splash.
At this point, though, all 7 are full. The other 7 are like full, or 6 because 1 was hit by the first arrow. Are fully on board, and you can also hear that in the lower decks, Archangel is very much losing ground against whatever they are encountering.
Oh man.
And on that note, we're going to check back in with Thala.
Okay.
As you're watching, Grizzly continues to grumble to himself, and you see looks around the room. I'm sorry, really am. All right. No, I just. What's up?
No. I was gonna say he I was gonna say he doesn't say anything else, but you're just talking. Okay.
He continues to fiddle with whatever he's doing. Damn it! He looks over at the Andrews in the cage, and he walks over and he grabs the cage and rips the door off the hinges and tosses the makeshift cage aside. And he walks in, and you hear him like wake up,
Are you just trying to wake him up? Okay.
wake up.
Wake up.
He reaches into his bag, and he just grabs a flask and opens it and like pours a little bit into their mouths, and you hear them like shut up, both of you. If you want to live, you're gonna shut up. So listen, I've got a device here. I'm gonna blow this whole place sky high. In a perfect world, I would have been able to leave. But my compatriot was not able to meet with me. Seems I was naive to think that the family wouldn't work against me. So you boys are going to be here, because I need to make sure that their little leader is in the center of this room when this blast goes off. Now, I'm going to give you a warning so you can try to get out of here. But it's about 200 feet up. You better hold your breath well. All right.
Okay. She has to make herself known.
Let's get rolling.
We gotta stand up or something. She's gotta wait a minute now.
You can prep that action, but we do have to go back to our heroes up top.
As long as it's paused right there.
Yeah. To clarify, all of this is always happening meanwhile. Like none of these are like this is all
her
as things are happening. So
okay.
Up top with Mina. The creatures are like charging you, and then they stop, and then you hear more climbing up the ship, and at like a glance around you, you've got 7 in immediate sight, and another 9 climbing up the side. And then from where the I don't know what it's called, the wheel of the ship, whatever that is called. From steering
the wheel.
From up there, you hear a mocking. I have to say, I think you did rather well. No, all things considered. As you turn, it is none other than the true vampire that you encountered before.
She took care of him.
Freaking guy.
Not quite.
Yeah, I thought I knocked him over the boat.
Damn.
But yes, I can swim.
Boo.
Oh, good lord. And I don't have my symbol of Rivadon anymore, which probably would have been helpful in this scenario.
Did you really think the 4 of you could hold out here?
Jeez. Naively, yes. We sure did think we could hold out here.
I have far too many thralls for you.
So
the Vicoral are they're getting closer to you, but none of them are in actual striking range. But you're just you now have, easily 15 of them within you could reach out and touch distance.
Jeez. All right, I'm gonna try one thing. I do have a sonic boom, and I'm gonna. Can that affect more than one creature at a time?
Yes, but you would also know that the force required for the amount of combatants around would also almost definitely do damage to the ship.
Oh, shoot. Darn. At this point, I think I need to try and take out at least a couple of them, and then I need to maybe retreat because this seems like a bad situation. Because I don't know if I can take on 15 plus a vampire. So,
as you begin to kind of like tense, to make your next plan, he does speak again, and he says, "Now, before you do something regrettable, I can tell you that the Vicoral that are on your ship, below as well, are hesitating, we'll say for now." Akama and Helith, you watch as like the 10 or like the 7 that are in front of you and more are like crawling into the holes. They keep crawling in, but the ones that are like in front of you, they like stop and they're just like watching, and you like Helith, not so much for you, but for Akama, you can tell it's the same type of control that you would have done, like, to a summon.
Why aren't they attacking? This is weird.
I think they're under someone's control. They
if we
act
were
just
to
like my
kill...
summons do.
So... if you were to die, your summons don't move, right?
Yeah, they would. I think they would go away. I think. Or
So
in this case, I would
same
guess
thing work?
if they're not summons and there's something else, then they might just go back to doing what they would normally do. I don't know.
Helith will try and call out to Archangel to see if they're facing the same thing down below decks. And if they can actually hear me.
Yeah, he responds up that like they're not moving.
I ask him if water is still coming in and if they can set up a chain to keep water out.
So he does say that they're doing their best to try to keep the water out, but to the first part, there's taking in water, and you also can tell that this sheer amount of weight of the Vicorals that are building up is actually starting to sink the ship anyway.
All right, yeah, because they're pushing the ship down, causing more of the holes to actually be at water level, and then that's adding more. Great. So now we're in a pressure
and
cooker.
back
So
up
let's
top.
just sink.
So and as if he's like not present visually here for a second. The other one, where is she?
I don't
My thralls do not
know.
see her.
Well, I'm not telling this guy anything, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's like, who?
Who are you talking about?
We're gonna deception check. We'll say deception 16.
Damn.
While he doesn't garner the truth from your non-answer, he looks at you and he can tell. He's like, she's not here. She went in the water, didn't she?
I'm not saying a word.
I
don't know what you're talking about.
We'll call this deception just to not give a reaction. This deception is far easier. We're going to call this deception.
She's over here like, who went in the water? Do you have anything in deception?
No.
Bitch.
Ah!
He looks and he goes, she did. And he jumps into the water, and all the Vicorals start like snapping back to hostility.
Well, I think at this point I can gauge that the vampire controls the Vicoral, right? And he's now jumped over the boat. So he's out of my sight line.
Mhm.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's still 15 of these things left.
No. So that's 15 within reach. More and more
Okay.
are
We're
climbing
coming.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might have to leave the top deck and go down to where Hewlett and Akama are, because I can't take all these on by myself.
As you they're still like snapping out of whatever daze or haze they were in. You're easily able to like get down, but you are very disappointed in the fact that you take like 9 steps in a turn and then 3 more steps, and then you basically run into Helith and Akama, and you're just staring at 10 plus more crawling in.
Also, one thing that I can do is once per day I can heal an ally within reach range. So I would like to heal Akama.
Oh,
Akama,
hey! I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, we need all the strength we can get.
So is
So
his fish
now
buddy
the-
just not doing anything to scare them out there?
At this point, the Vrycoral are fully back in. You hear them clamoring down the stairs behind you. The 10 plus more are now charging charging at you. So you have somewhere in the range of 30 of these things from either side of you, sandwiching in on you right now.
Could I try to use earth magic to create like a barrier around us to like protect
Absolutely.
us a little bit?
Let's see it.
Hey.
All right.
Perfect. These roots shoot up, and it's like just perfect. Like their claws are like if you have to like lean away from them to not let them puncture into you, but there's enough room as like they're tearing and ripping at these roots. And let's go down into the icy depths.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
She's definitely
so
gonna stand
that's
up.
gonna
We
be
gotta
the-
pop out.
You as you stand up,
And I'm like, wait.
he immediately has a 6-shooter, as you start making noise, whipped out and like pointed at you.
Like,
He
wait.
He sees it's you, and he like twirls it and flips it back into his holster. I didn't expect to see you down here.
Well, I came to try to get them back so we could get out of here.
Well, clearly I had you misjudged. I thought you were Golden City trash.
Well, if you would have listened to me when I first got here, I told you I wasn't, so that's not my fault. But what
That's
are
what things most of them say, but regardless, I was wrong. Anyway, did you hear
are
my
there any more of those
plan
things
for
down?
this?
I did. But is there any more of these things down here right now? Do you know? Or
What, the Vrycoral?
yes.
I mean, probably a couple, but they're not the issue. We gotta take out the actual vampire.
Mm-hmm. All right. I only ask because I'm all like, if there's nothing down here, I want to. Is it possible for me to send my Barracuda friend back up to like around the boat?
Your Barracuda friend could not enter the air pocket, so
so
is
he's
somewhere
out there.
Yeah, he's somewhere out in the water.
He's just out there living
Is
his
it
best
possible for me to? I'm like, there's no way I can. There's no way I can talk to it then, huh?
Yeah.
Dang. Would it stay down there? Most likely.
You have no idea. It's not your magic.
That's very true. Very true.
life. It's just sitting there like idling at the door, just like.
Waiting. Okay. Well, if it was, it would have. If it was, it would have did the other one. But anyway, okay. I did. We're gonna. So you're gonna blow up this with all of these people inside. Are there? Is there no saving the people? Nothing.
I mean, I guess you can save him if you want. I would have liked to
just
been able to save them, but sadly, I'm going to have to stay here now. Well, call it what it is. My ward, my friend, seems he was dealt with at the manor.
Unfortunately, I may have heard part of that. Since we were up there, we didn't know what was going on. I heard what I was told was your room, something in there, and I tried to go inside, but as soon as everything went silent, I wasn't sure how it was. And I knew you weren't in there because we saw you walking up to the lighthouse, and the butler told us that was you. So when they said that was your room, and I heard something, and then mysteriously heard nothing, and it already seemed a little suspicious, I wasn't sure what else to do, and it didn't feel safe.
He like reaches into his jacket and he pulls out it's like a little wrapped leather like roll and a small like bird cage, and he tosses the bird cage to the ground. He sets the small wrapping on top of the device.
He was trapped in his cage in the room. He was supposed to come to the lighthouse with me.
I think
I'm part of the Ravens Watch. Part of the Ravens Watch, and now that I've lost my ward, well, there's one way out in this world for me. And this world has made it abundantly clear which way it wants me to go. So if that means going out in a fire explosion to deal with all these Vryk'Oral and this vampire, well, you bet your ass I'm gonna.
Okay. One question. Will this explosion reach the surface? Because there are still people up there in the boat.
I mean, undoubtedly, some of the shockwave will. Shouldn't be lethal, though.
Okay.
As long as the boat's in decent condition and shouldn't sink.
Well, I don't know what's going on up there, but I don't know if it's looking good because a lot of these Vryk'Oral have been trying to attack the boat, so.
Well, the second he gets here, you just gotta get him into the center of the room. Preferably not hostily. If he sees the device and he breaks it, I won't be able to set a chain reaction off unless I hightail it back to one of the other devices that I've laid. But that'll take time, and that means you'd have to tussle with this guy for a lot longer.
Okay.
So we have one last decision to make then. Are you trying to save any of these other people?
Honestly, I don't. If we had time, I feel like I would. But honestly, I don't know the extent of this condition. If they're even awake, if they would make it. I don't know anything about what's going on with them right now.
You can tell, like, basically after the summary of your answer was no, he stopped listening to the rest of the words and kind of just drank from his flask. And then offers you a swig.
Oh. Okay, sure.
Look at the juice.
I don't know what it is, but we gonna see.
Give me the juice.
Let's roll a.
Oh my god.
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it a resist poison, though it is not in itself poison. We're gonna call it resist poison 19.
Ooh.
Arguably,
Oh god.
arguably.
Oh damn!
Oh, damn! You did not resist it at all.
I didn't quite do that.
As it
I
hits
got
your
11.
tongue, as it hits your tongue, you're like, oh my god! Like this is gasoline. Like this is. I don't know what, but you're like immediately like your eyes water. You can't stop from going like, and it feels like the more you cough, the hotter your mouth gets.
You are really
Bro's out here chugging moonshine.
just constant. You are constantly in pain, aren't you?
Freaking diesel.
There was a time I called myself a hero. Those days died a long time ago.
Well, it looks like
pick up that drinking
if this is
habit.
what's gonna happen, you're gonna be a hero today. It might not be the way you want it, though.
Well, I once heard a man say, "You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain."
My
What
God,
they don't
get
talk
this.
about is the fact that the rest of us just become disappointments or forgotten. So, I'm going to choose to go back to step one. So,
Well, you won't be forgotten, but
and at this, entering in to the room, well, you clearly haven't made much progress. And for the first time for Thala, you witness the true vampire. I have to say, I was expecting you to have made more progress. 1, the Raven's Watch, and 2, insignificant children. I doubt you would have strung them up. There's not much to eat. At this point, he is 20 feet from where you need him to be.
okay. Am I behind where I need him to be, and he's coming towards it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, he said nothing to eat. So was taking them just for fun?
Well, I don't tell my thralls what to do all the time, and so that one happened to be grabbed, and then this one swam all the way down before he began to drown pathetically in the water. It was, I mean, you have to just imagine this boy. He's swimming, and he's crying, and he's crying, and he's swimming, and then he starts to drown.
Oh my god.
Oh, you had to be there, maybe.
Maybe.
At this point, he's like
Is he still
15
moving?
feet away from where you need him to be as he begins to talk more. So I have to ask, what was the plan? I mean, clearly not much. You've barely done anything.
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I got down here. I definitely didn't expect a people farm, garden, whatever this is.
Yes, this was my idea. It came to me in a brainstorm, a dream, if you will. But it was, if the people are just here to be farmed, I could grow them like vegetables.
Well, that's ingenuity for you, innovation. Okay.
12 feet from where he needs to be.
Why is he creeping along? So, what were you gonna do with them if they were too small to string up? Plant.
Oh, these two? Oh, I'd probably make them fight each other to the death, maybe. If they don't do that, maybe we just break their legs and watch them, wallow in anguish. Perhaps, we make one bleed a little bit and then throw him into the icy waters, and he'll swim around for a bit and attract the predator, There's a bunch of fun things to do. 9 feet.
Wow, we're chumming the water here. Okay. I mean, are there other predators aside from you guys down here?
I mean, not predators to us, but predators to, little tiny boys. Probably should have stayed home. Or perhaps even fleshy fish people as yourself. I cannot say that I've seen many of the Neridari in quite some time. 5 feet.
Is he taking like baby steps? He got baby feet. He's really actually 4 feet tall, and he's So you've seen us before?
Nerodari? I mean, sure. Back when I was a lesser vampire, but it's a boring story.
The disinterest in his in the prompt, he, as he begins to say this, he took 2 steps backwards. He's now 7 feet away.
Jesus Christ. Like, oh, so we ain't shit. He's like, ah. Oh my gosh. Goodness. So how do you do it? Like, where, with all of the, is it just you and all of the Veercore? You're the only one? How does this work?
Actually, I am very happy with this one. So, for a vampire to be a true vampire, you must not be put under the curse of a thrall, which, when you are turned, is an option. The person who was the leader to me when I was a lesser vampire, well, was eaten. And when he died, I was no longer enthralled. Now, the problem that you can run into is if there are too many other connections to emotions, feelings, and other, more human garbage, then they're more likely to keep a level of independence. But down here, with no light, no sound, just the creeping hunger, oh, that is where I can make them Vrycoral every time. In fact, some of them, oh, this is great. And he's so close to the blast point as he goes over to a treasure chest and grabs something. He comes back and he's 1 foot, 1 foot off of it, but he tosses a nameplate to your feet. And the nameplate matches identically the chairs that were in the manor. Mm-hmm. For some of them, I got to they serve their purpose up there, then they come down here. It's as beautiful, is it not? Never knowing their freedom or independence again.
They come down willingly? Or they're brought down?
At this point, he steps into the blast zone, and he's as he does, he kind of vampiric steps over to you, and is almost in a flash is almost able to touch you.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say they willingly come down, though there was one who swam all the way down, unlike this one, kind of like you, with no plan. She's going to be 30 this year.
And he points to one of the people that are trapped.
So is he past it now? He's past it.
He is now in it. So you have one interaction left, we'll say.
Okay. What do you mean? One interaction to where because you said he's in it.
That is a personal estimation of yourself based on what the plan needs to be. So, you're this is where I needed him to be. I probably don't have long. That's an internal thought.
Okay. Oh dear. I'm over here I got a mic. I'm gonna stay. Just have to make him stay there. Is it bad that my first thought is to try to use the physical spear that I have to pin him to the ground?
Yeah, look, you're always welcome to try. 10.
But I'm it couldn't go through the body. How would it have to go? Through a foot?
8.
That honestly
7.
would be the first thing I would try to do. We're gonna try to take this spear, and I would try to because I'm assuming he doesn't know I have the spear. He can't see anything I have, and I would try to throw it at him.
It's a spear. It's only so hidden. But sure.
But it's but I wasn't trying to. The whole time, I'm not really worried about the spear.
All right, let's see the attack roll.
Oh shit!
Wow. Wow.
When you needed it, it came.
I'm not gonna lie, my faith in you. As soon as you said you was attacking the vampire, I said, nah.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be risky. But then that 20 came and was just like, oh, well, I hope you have no attachment to that spear.
You're able to stab through him. Grizzly screams, "Run!"
Oh yeah, I'm scooping them up. I'm scooping them the boys up, and we going towards the door.
And as you run, you get to the door, you jettison into the water, and we need to see a swim check. We don't get to do those a lot. The best way I can say it is the closer to 1, the worse it is for you. The closer to 20, the better it is for you. That is our swim check here.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
I'm not the
And I
20 sponsor.
got a 3. And I got a 3.
Damn.
So I
Not
got
the
a
20
23.
sponsorship.
Yes.
You get to the air pocket, you time your jump correctly, and as you're swimming, you're able to you're so aware of your surroundings and in the moment that you jettison your way up. You take a good boost, second boost yourself, and then you see that if you drift over a little bit, you can grab on to the summon, and you on the back of the barracuda, you and it propel yourself up far beyond the range of the explosion as you hear,
Oh shit.
Yeah, Grizzly's dead as hell, boy.
He knew it,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
okay. He took
I
that.
know.
He took that.
But I was just hearing that, yeah, you dead as hell, boy.
Healith, Akama, Mina, you're all, you've been blocking, fighting, attacking. Their barrier is getting worn down. In fact, let's see a D20 from all three of you to be your combined defiance roll. You are looking for above 50. Combined defense roll above 50.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Make the 50.
No,
No.
we're short.
No. Close.
Yeah.
28.
Close.
So we're at 43, I
What?
think.
Yeah,
is
like I
the-
said, close.
43 plus 43 plus 44, 45, 46, 47. 47 is your total because you all get your +1 for your preferred weapon and the light of Thespis for Akama. So it is still a very good roll, very close to 50. All of you are you're fighting, and it's one of those ones where it's Healith, you're just trying to move to the windows, to the breaks of the barrier. Headshot. Akama, you're staying low in the middle, you're letting off point blank arrows when you have to. You just start shoving arrows into their eyes, into their mouths, trying to just do as much damage as possible. Mina, you're not able to attack as much, but you're just keeping the barrier, and when you can, throwing some of them back to give the party a little bit more time. But it's all for naught as more and more start coming around. The boat itself starts to sink, water seeping in more and more. It's up to your knees, up to your thighs, and then right as Mina's barrier is breaking down, the claws stop and just sink, and they become soft, spongy foam drifting on the water.
Oh
The
my
boat
God.
immediately rises with the weight of the Vry coral having been lifted, though it's still taking on water. The three of you are able to run down to the lower deck and just start boarding up, bailing out water, doing anything you can to help keep the ship from sinking. But then the boat rocks hard as this massive wave, this massive undercurrent comes. You can tell the boat is shifted so much, it smashes into the dock. It smashes into smaller boats that were near it in the dock. Debris is flying everywhere. Everyone's tossed around to in the inside of the ship. And then out of nowhere, it just stabilizes. As the three of you and Archangel make it to the surface of the boat, the top deck, there is two things that greet you. One, Thala, and two, Andrews.
Andrews.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah.
justice.
And
My babies.
Forget that. We don't care about that entire town of people that we saw down there.
Y'all don't even know they were there. It's fine. There's the
Yeah,
town of
blissfully
people are in
unaware.
the bottom of the boat. Okay.
True.
And the thing that has stabilized your boat is there seems to be these like golden wings flapping along the sides, and there is like a person holding a rope like to the shore and kind of drags you into the ruinous part, like the most sturdy part of the ruined dock. That person is none other than the person that Thala knows as Skem.
Oh,
Oh.
Why did he? And on that note,
Came for
we are
me.
going to take our 5-minute break.
Yo, I forgot we haven't even taken a break.
no, we haven't.
Oh my god.
We have more content, more of an episode coming up soon,
my
but it will be
God.
on the other side of these 5 minutes. We'll see you then.
This is intense.
Welcome back to Cinematic Epic. I'm your game master, Adam, and oh boy, this has been a session of 20s. Heath rolling 20s and a 1, but he recovered very well. And then, of course, Thala with the 20s to save the Andrews. I mean, my goodness, could you have asked for a better story? Like, that's what everyone but me is cheering for. And... and for this story to continue, though, we need to bring our party back on in because they are being, well, they were a little bit aided by Skem and their party. So let's see how this story continues. And so, yes, as you look out, the rope is being held by Skem, and he just pulls the boat. Wraps the rope around, pulls the boat, wraps it, and just keeps pulling in your whole vessel back towards like the security of the dock. With the aid of the little golden wings that seem to be like holding the ship upwards.
Mm-hmm. Out of the water. Out of the water.
With this aid, it's very easy for your crew to just shovel out the remaining water and keep that all moving and getting everything boarded up and repaired before the wings sink the boat back into the water, and you are now ship to ship with a different crew. Skem hops back up onto your vessel as your vessel is the one touching the docks.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind that I boarded your vessel without asking, but I figured in this case it was okay. I did tell you not to come here, though.
And I did not want to, but everyone else seemed to think it was the best idea, so we came this way. But I did not want to.
Well, if you are the captain, you need to make sure that
I know.
follow you. At
I
the end of the day, it is, your call. They may have their suggestions, but you make the call. I know this. My own captain did not want to come back. I urged him many times, but I will let him speak his own words.
As the boats like line up and like the boarding ramps are kind of put up, a gentleman walks across and goes,
I hope you don't mind that I'm boarding you.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
yeah.
you're staring at a hero known by the name of Russ.
My God. Look at him! He made it! He made it! Oh, we just happy he made it. No, well, I know you didn't have to. I'm glad that you came back for us. I know you didn't.
Man, it's all good, girl. Don't worry about it. Now, we can't stay long. We have to make our way over to Orvatheas. But I figured we won't be rude, and we're going to make sure that we introduce. I'm Russ. I lead this team. I believe you've already met Skem. That one over there, and he points to the front of their ship. And there's a small, like, blue creature that kind of looks over and, like, gives, like,
shit.
a half-hearted wave.
Oh, shit.
He's
That
back.
one there is Shakespeare.
Yep, he's back.
He's back.
He's back!
It only took killing my character for him to turn back to good.
Oh, shit.
Shut
Who
up.
said he's good?
I mean, I feel like he wouldn't be rolling with these people if he wasn't on the good
He just
people
wants
side
to wish. Just wants to wish. Continue.
That one over there is Master Mervis. He doesn't say much. But, he's here too.
The Mervin.
And then and he goes to point at the other person and goes, and well,
I forgot there's 5.
and you briefly see the person he just mentioned, Burvis, and the person that he's like gesturing to. You barely, in fact, actually, let's perception check to see if you can see the last of their crew before they slip into the underside of their deck. We're going to call this a perception 15. Perception 15.
Okay. Oh, that was some bullshit, y'all. Who hit me? Who hit me?
Oh my goodness! That is
Wow, no one?
The whole party
Wow.
missed it. You see,
Nobody saw it. Yeah.
You
Oh wait,
see
what kind of check was this?
perception.
Perception.
Sorry?
Perception.
I can re-roll. I think.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
let's double check it.
Sorry, my brother wanted some juice, so I had to get up. Yeah, I get one free perception re-roll per session.
All right, let's see it for a comma.
Please.
Damn.
It's even worse.
Oh,
It's even
Damn.
worse. It's even worse.
no one quite. You get like the glimpse. She's young. She's like she moves a little rhythmically as she like exits. You get the feeling of like a bard or something along those lines, but you're not
Exactly.
able to see much more of the person before she slips underneath into the underside of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So as that all, and the other person that goes is the one that was introduced as Mervis. He also just steps underneath the vessel.
Oh, look at him, all grown up.
Wow.
Was Russ like pointing to the person as they walked away?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, but
yeah. She can be kind of like that. It's okay. We don't pester.
what's her name?
Ah!
Sorry. Her name's Valkyrie.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, that's an interesting name.
While this is happening, like both your crew and their crew are like kind of discussing different things about like do you need like any supplies like this? Okay, well here, take these. Like they're just kind of generally moving back and forth some extra equipment and things like that to restore and replenish the repair and supplies that you guys have either lost or had to use to keep your vessel up. While this is happening, like your captain is interacting with them, and one of them goes like, "Oh, captain.
They're talking to me this time. Are they talking? Because you said their captain.
Ace.
Or our captain.
And Ace turns around though. He turns around. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to responding to captain."
It's my boy. He's the captain
crew
now.
is just callbacks.
He's the captain now.
Oh my god.
I'm still not used to being called captain. Yeah. And he goes back to like helping and interacting with the crew and getting
Just have to
everything
say,
sorted
I'm
out.
the captain now. Just let me say at least once. I'm the captain now.
Russ like invites all of you over onto their side of the boats as they're going to begin to like kind of tug out into the open sea, and it's just easier if more people are on their vessel for that. Once they get the vessels dislodged and you're back on your journey, moving into open waters towards Orvatheas, Russ informs you that you're still going to have to get your tithe to go to enter the territory of Orvatheas, especially if you want to make it to their capital. And that means you need to still find a kaiju, and he directs you to a couple of different places on the map where you might be able to go. He informs you that he will not be traveling with you, and that their party will not as well, as they've already lost a good deal of time coming to aid you guys. But on top of that, they have their own wishes and whatnot that they are trying to, fulfill.
Understandable. Look,
But-
he was worried about me. Okay.
For the time being, you are all on their ship, so you may investigate, skulk about, steal things, interact, talk, whatever each player may, discern to do of their own accord. We'll start with Akama. We're in reverse today.
I'm over here
So
like,
Akama,
he
you're on their vessel. What would be the one thing you do while you're towed out to open water?
Are you about to? They came and rescued us. You want still?
I'm gonna, I guess, just kind of go around and just look at stuff. Just take it in information.
No, he's trying to size him up.
Top deck, like living quarters, like storage. Where would you poke around?
I want to poke around the storage first. I'm curious if for the kaiju tithe, what is it? Like you have to bring some of it with you or something like this? Like how do you tell them? Like what exactly has that work? A pound of flesh? Yeah. I'm curious if they already done pounded of flesh. I'm just looking around.
Healeth, what is your one task?
So I have a quick question before I get to the task.
Sure.
How many of the spiders survived?
They would have been on the middle level. The middle level didn't see that much water. I'm going to say let's roll a miscellaneous 20. The closer to 20. Actually, we'll just roll calamity for them. We'll roll that.
How many were there total again?
There was never a specific number given. It was just all of them
ungodly
followed
amount,
me, and
Gotcha.
a
Cover
lot
your
of
whole
them
body.
were on me.
Like a horde of
Wanted to
spiders.
suck the blood.
Yeah, we'll roll a calamity real quick for the spiders.
He was the Pied Piper of spiders.
Yes. Damn.
So
Damn.
a good amount of them did perish, but you do still have quite a few. I mean, it was I'll put it this way: you have the larger ones; they were able to keep themselves away from the water. It was like the smaller ones and the little ones that just couldn't handle it. So we'll say you have 7 large spiders left.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to find a pen so that way I can take these notes.
It's noted. So what would be your one action?
I am going to take in their ship and its design. I'm not very familiar with vessels, but I know that we have no offensive capabilities on our ship, so I'd like to see what offensive capabilities they have on their ship so we can try and mimic them.
Because ours is just pretty.
Ours is just pretty and, cargo, but to fight a kaiju, we're gonna need something.
Mina, what about you?
So, I mean, eventually we are going to be going up against these people in the tournament, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
So I am going to be a bit more selfish-minded and kind of skulk about their living quarters to try and learn more about them.
Okay. And last but not least, Thala.
I feel like we know what I'm going to do.
What are you gonna do?
She's going to go talk to Scam.
That's fair. That's fair.
You go. Hold on. Quick question: is it talk to or flirt with Skem?
Yes.
So we'll go with Akama first. So Akama. So first off, going into the storage section of the ship, would you just try to kind of confidently walk there? Would you sneak?
I feel like I'm not really trying to do anything crazy. So I feel like he's just walking. He's not trying to be all sneaky, deaky about
Suspicious. He's not. He's not up to no good.
You're able to walk down, no big deal. You get to the storage. As you step in and you start to kind of look around, though, you hear a voice behind you. Why are you down here? And you're staring at Master Mervis.
Oh, hey. I was just curious, if what kaiju flesh would look like, basically.
Depends on the type. But why are you down here?
I mean, I don't know. I was just gonna look for it. I don't know. I just wanted to see what it would look like.
Shouldn't just go poking around other people's ships. We helped you after all.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I just felt like I wasn't trying to take it or anything like that. So I just thought it would be okay to look at it. But I'm sorry.
Roll a perception check. It would be a 15, but situational 10.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Well,
all right.
it's
So you noticed this in greater detail.
Okay,
Like
what's up?
he's while he's talking to you, he's clearly fiddling with something, and whatever he's doing is causing, like, you can see he's masking it very well, but you can tell every time he's doing something, it's hurting him like immensely. As the conversation kind of continues, you're able to like get a slightly different view, and you see that he's putting on one of the silver gauntlets that that match his armor set, but his like arm looks like cracked and swollen until he like starts to seal like the armor plate, and then his like skin looks more like normal and like has a more like flesh tone to it, and then as it's like fully laced up, he's able to like actually relax his left shoulder. You're not super familiar with binding magics, but you have interacted with binding magics in your past. And this is definitely some sort of like, the best way to describe it is like this suit of armor that he wears, you would guess is probably cursed, not blessed, but it's because he needs it.
Yeah. That thing is holding him together.
Yeah.
Keeping them together. Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't try to say anything about it. I'm just like,
Oh,
yeah,
actually,
so I
sorry.
guess-
And one last thing with your the 20 you got, the energy that's radiating out from it is incredibly Stygian, and it feels like a level of Stygian magic that you have not felt in your life except for like very exclusive moments. Like it is a very pure, like unadulterated, like vat of Stygian energy.
Say, now I have to say something. Just say, where did you get that armor from?
Was made for me by our benefactor. His tone kind of shifts as he talks about it.
Benefactor, that's
Oh no.
that's crazy.
Oh no.
I don't know. I've never felt such powerful magics like that before. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, I guess, when you're in Amberville. You've heard of the travesty of Ambervale. You wouldn't know like specific details, but the story of Upsilon is not lost on you. Yeah, I was there. I lost pretty much everything I cared about. He like saying that enters a near 1,000-yard stare. But you wanted to see the...
You must have been a hero.
I used to try to be, for sure. Anyway, this is what you would need. And he points like to the other side of the storage, and he begins to walk there. If you want to ask a question, you still can. But he walks past you to the other side of the storage.
Dang, he all heavy now. I'm following. I'm pondering.
Right. Because they're like, oh shit.
My boy.
There's a darkness in this boy.
Darkness.
He gets to the far side, and he like pulls a little curtain off of a box that's only about yay big, but it looks like a little, like it's like this. The box is this big, and it's like glass, and you can see inside. And there's just a little like maybe baby alligator sized kaiju in it.
Oh, they just got a whole little baby kaiju?
As you're looking at the box, you realize that the box is like a dimension box, and that there's no telling what the size of the entity inside of that is.
Damn.
It just presents as a little trophy. The magic to do this is insane. Like, this is something that you have never seen magics like this displayed. Like, you understand the fundamentals of this magic, but usually it's to, like, make things that are, like, household size, like pocket size, not making things that could be building size, tadpole sized.
I was looking at this like, wow, my eyes hurt the magic coming off of this box, man. Oh,
Amazed.
my eyes are watering. How big is that thing really?
Well, probably 100 feet tall.
And you guys, what? You guys catch that on the way here?
Yeah. It was one of the spots that Russ was talking about. Yeah, I mean, we took it down as a group, but yeah. And he covers it back up with the cloth.
Wow. Was it just a regular fight, or did you guys use some kind of like
That ain't
some
just
kind
a
of strategy on it?
I don't know. They didn't have me in the fight. Skem, Russ, and Breakspear were the ones who took it down.
I feel like my character don't really know Hero, so that just kind of like just
You would know them as
Russ
the
just
introduced.
introduced everyone.
You would know them as
other
the
than yeah. Like aside from that, I'm just saying like I don't know their history, so I'm just like I'm not like oh yeah, you know those cool guys. But
Yeah,
just you know.
You might think
Yeah.
they're cool now.
Okay.
Like they did that.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Well, thank you for showing me. I go
Yeah.
like walk back upstairs, I guess.
Oh,
He like walks you out, and then as you like leave, he shuts the door and stays down there.
of course.
That's a little weird. And then I'm gonna keep going.
Over to Helith. So Helith, as you're kind of like you're up top on the deck and looking down, and one of the things you note just like looking at like the side of their ship is the side of their ship like the submerged part is all scales. Like it isn't wood that touches the water.
So they have a
And-
protective layer on the outside of the wood.
It also seems to like when they turn, the scales will like flare out, and like their ship can almost seemingly like slither to an extent through the water. As far as like weaponry is concerned, you don't notice or see anything that is much different than yours. Like they have little like point defense weapons and things like that, but for the most part it's relying on hero power. Is there anything else you would want to look at?
Pro power. HP.
I think Helith would go to the back of the ship to kind of look at Midpoint as it's like gets smaller in distance, and just kind of sit with a little bit of the.
I didn't understand.
He can whispers to himself, "Victory comes at a cost. Choose that which you're willing to lose."
Mm.
Damn, we did take some losses there. I'm not gonna lie.
As
What
you're
losses?
saying that, someone sits next to you and goes, they call that Midpoint. I mean, it's not really in the middle or anything. In fact, actually, New Ambervale's more a midpoint. I guess this just was the old Midpoint because that's where you had to go because the other place didn't exist. They didn't call it Top Point, called it Midpoint.
My God.
Man's
I
a
guess
rambler.
It's just called Dead Point now.
That's true. You guys kind of blew that up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say you
Kinda
guys.
did.
You seem somber. You okay?
Shit.
There was a building that caught fire, and I couldn't save everyone. And there were a lot of people left inside. I feel guilty about surviving, making it out. Though my teacher used to tell me that victory comes at a cost. Choose that which you're willing to lose. Just not certain if I made the right choice.
Well, you never are gonna. That's the problem with it. I survived something. A lot of better men didn't. A lot of better heroes didn't. I like your mentor's words. I used to believe my mentor. But I don't think he believes himself much these days.
Oh.
Wish I could say the same.
As you
killed my mentor.
In a manner of speaking, Upsilon killed my mentor. Well,
What a bastard, huh?
sadly for me, it came after the fact. But I lament for you. And hopefully one day my mentor could wake up from whatever he's in.
Trying to remember another one that my mentor told me. Close your hearts to the pain of others. You can't help them all.
Some cold ass shit to say after that conversation.
Can't
That
quite
one-
get that one.
That
Fuck
one
your story.
I have to respectfully disagree with. My mentor, at one point, believed that no matter what you had to do, if it was for the betterment of others, if you could save someone, you could do something good, then you did it. As heroes, we have to weather a level of darkness. We have to weather, being something questionable. But it's how we come out the other side that matters. He falls short of those words, but, well, look at me now. I'm a captain, so...
He's the captain.
It's one that I still haven't quite understood. I don't think I want to.
Well, I'll leave you to your somber thoughts. Here, take this. And he hands you a flask.
You said you need to get drunk, son.
You sad by yourself.
You said he could have a drink by himself. That's fucked up.
Thanks. I didn't quite catch your name.
I'm Captain Mace.
Yeah.
It's my boy.
Thanks,
And,
Captain.
Saying that to him, you see, like, before he goes, like, there's, like, a little moment of, like, it, like, hits him like a bullet, and he's like, yeah. And he turns back and continues his duties on the
He
ship.
won't say it for me. I need him to say, I'm the captain now.
And then,
I didn't
Mina,
see
That
the
was the time.
captain.
That was it.
how skulky are you being? Are you trying to, like, sneak around out of sight, out of mind?
Can she be out of
To
sight?
me, No, I'm not trying to be super sneaky either, because I don't want to be suspicious. So I'm like wondering about, don't really know. I'm like feigning ignorance as to where I'm going if anyone asks me.
Okay. In which case, you would know that there are the 5 heroes that you were introduced to. And there are 5 rooms that look just a little bit different than the rest of the crew quarters. Albeit they have a light crew in comparison to your boat, as they have a much smaller vessel. It is hard to discern whose room is which, with the exception of one which has small little claw marks in the door, much below the handle, as if it has to be pried open every time he wants to go in it.
You gotta
Oh
jump.
my god.
Get
That's
him.
so
Fucking
messed up.
wrenching the door open.
Get this man a stool.
Yeah.
Little
Hmm.
open door.
A little two-stepper.
Well, let's choose that one. Yes, let's go into that one, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
As you open that door, in fact, in his room is Breakspear. Roll a perception check. We're going to solve this. Perception 12.
You don't need a lot of perception to see Breakspear. He is tiny.
Breakspear, like as you enter the room, Breakspear, it has like what look like little like fabric wrappings, and he's holding them and he places them on top of what looks like a silk shawl of sorts, and he places the wrappings on top of that, and then puts that in a chest, and then locks the chest. And like slides it back, and he turns and he goes, "What?"
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking for the galley. I didn't realize this was someone's quarters. But it's nice to make your acquaintance after the introductions up top. What are you doing down here?
This is my room.
Oh,
Aw, come on.
Getting his feelings.
Oh well.
As you're closer to Breakspear, you can see wounds that are on him that are very he has to have had that for like months, but it's like poorly taken care of, but intentionally so is what you would like garner.
Get into that Breakspear, Adam. I know you have it in you.
You gonna throw his voice off for the rest of the session?
Are you all right? Seems like you have a lot of wounds. Was this from, or do you need assistance? It doesn't look good.
Don't touch me.
Oh, shit.
Oh. I wasn't trying to touch you. I was just trying to help. I don't like to see people in pain. So, sorry for being invasive.
The real pain isn't something you can heal with your magic.
Oh.
Emo now.
That tracks.
I also know pain, so I understand what it is to have some pain that you can't cure with magic or any kind of healing. So I get where you're coming from, but
I don't think you do.
sorry to intrude. I pretty much saw my homeland decimated, and
Yeah, I've been there.
so, yeah. So I can understand where you're coming from, but and then Mina kind of gets wrapped up in remembering her own trauma.
Oh. We're gonna have a pity party down here.
Listen, when that picture of Breakspear came up, all I heard was crawling in my skin. These woods may well not heal.
This
Oh.
This is Linkin Park era.
Yeah.
I get that maybe you're hurt. But I liberated my people. I brought them to freedom. So I thought. But really what I brought them to was their deaths. I brought them to a fight, a war they didn't belong in. I turned my back on my friends.
And like as he says that, you hear a spark of like draconic like bark out of the back of his throat, as if he's in touch with a truer draconic lineage than his small Draklin form would portray.
Mm.
In that box is the last thing I have of my only friend. And you know
He like starts to like fidget a little bit, and like he scratches at his own scales to the point where he like rips some of them off.
And you know who killed him? I did. I went through so much pain. I tried to do so many things, and in the end, none of it mattered. In the end, none of it mattered.
Well,
I killed him. You know what the saddest part is? He won the
What?
fight. This right here.
And he points to like this fist mark that's like on his jaw.
I know how hard he can hit. He pulled his last punch. I fucking didn't.
gosh.
I fucking did.
Oh, well.
No. Sasuke.
Well,
Breakspear now is just staring at the floor. You.
I'm so sorry. I mean, it's hard having those physical reminders. It might help to try and heal some of it so you're not constantly reminded, even though it never really goes away. But no, can't imagine. Mina's a little uncomfortable because human emotions are also still weird to her.
It's like,
So she doesn't really know how to relate to this outburst, aside from just trying to offer help.
yeah. She's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
He just
It's like,
I appreciate you being nice to me. You remind me of someone I used to know.
oh.
Who's that?
No.
I can't go down that road again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh nah.
Mm-hmm.
But she was beautiful. And she was sweet.
Oh.
Well, I appreciate that. And at this point, Mina slowly backs away towards the door.
She's like,
and
I'm
says,
backing out.
I'll leave you to your room. I'm so sorry for the intrusion. But
Item head out. If you could do one thing for me.
Yeah, well, of course.
If you ever see Okram IV, you let him know that before my life's over, I am going to cough molten fire down his fucking throat.
Mina's a little taken aback by this. The intensity of this, the rage that seems to be coming out of him, but agrees.
Palpable rage.
Mm-hmm.
I will be happy to do that for you if I ever come across him. And then she swiftly exits.
Yeah. Look, somebody need to tell this man about the arrow. So he mad at somebody else and not himself. Because Jesus.
And over to Thala. Up near the front of the boat, Skem sits, the wind rushing through his Viking-like hair.
Just flowing majestically.
And he has like a comically large, like Viking, like mead horn that he's drinking from.
Of course he does.
Effortlessly too.
Oh, I know. Like pinkies up. So question. What exactly did you say to get him to come back to help us?
I pleaded with Russ for probably a good hour. But it wasn't actually me. In the end, it was because Breakspear spoke up. He said if they're half as good as I say they are, they're worth saving. Russ wasn't going to say no to two of us. Besides, Breakspear saying that means something.
Why Breakspear?
He has a troubled past with being a hero, to say.
I think I'll find out about that later. What does she know anything about the tournament and whatnot previously, like the world fair?
Yeah, there's definitely aspects like Breakspear would be a name that you're like, you might not be like, oh, Breakspear, yeah, I know that guy, but like you've heard the name Breakspear. Like it's like in the context, you might, depending on how interested in watching the arena fights and stuff you like and whatnot, it might be a little more like, oh yeah, the World's Fair where this happened, that happened. Oh, Breakspear did a thing. Like it would be kind of more like an offhanded comment, but the name would kind of rattle around in your head for sure.
Sorry, I just had a thought and it made me laugh. So it's like she knows him within like the World Fair and the tournament and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. Breakspear. So wait, was it you that noticed that we weren't there?
I saw your ship heading off towards Midpoint rather than coming to Ambervale. And then once we made dock at Ambervale, when I did not see your vessel, I had the feeling that you came to Midpoint.
Well, I will say, initially, when they saw the Phoenix Court kind of destroying some of the other ships, they thought we made the right decision until we reached Midpoint and it looked a little barren. Started to regret some of those decisions.
I do not know what game the Phoenix Court is going to be playing, but they only struck lesser vessels, and those of questionable standing. They did not attack us, they did not attack the Titan Steel Paladins, the Knights of Orvatheas, many other prominent high-standing cities or powers.
How many were left?
Oh, there are probably a good 100 ships or more made it to Ambervale. They only sunk maybe 20, 30 vessels.
Oh. It's still a lot to me. Well, jeez. Well, I will certainly say that if it weren't for you noticing that we were not there, we might not have made it. We would still be there trying to recover, but so thank you. Even though I know it's a competition, you didn't have to, but thank you.
I will do it again. Yeah. Hopefully I don't have to. Maybe next time you'll repay the favor.
And you know, I hope neither one of us end up in a situation where that will need to happen, but I am sure. Yeah. You've already helped us more than once, so. Yeah. I have to admit, I told them I felt pretty bad about going the other way since you specifically told us not to go that way. And then look at what happened.
It's a good example is Russ. You know, is the person in charge. You're going to have to make hard calls sometimes. And that means sticking to your guns. However, knowing when to listen to your crew and your team. So, you'll find your way. I believe in you.
I know I won't make that mistake again. They don't appreciate my survival instincts, and they'll figure it out.
You are all new to each other, so a bond must be grown. We are lucky here. I have known Russ for a long time, the others less, but I trust them. Even Breakspear.
Even Breakspear? Why do you say it like that? Even Breakspear?
Well, Breakspear, well, he will tell you. He wears many phantoms on his sleeve. One of which is the fact that if you look into the history of the assault on Ambervale, well, the assault on the Mudfort, really, Breakspear was maybe not on the right side. At least for himself.
But you trust him now?
I trust the man. I trust what he can be.
Okay. I'll have to see. If I actually interact with Breakspear, I don't know if that's going to happen. So what about this? So this rope thing that you used on the boat, was that you? How do you do that?
That's kind of my thing. I wield many different weapons. This was a gift from my benefactor. I used to have to carry all of these, and he opens this bag and reaches into it, and he pulls out a hulking mace, a two-handed sword, a shield, all of these different things that he starts putting them back. I am very good with a very many amount of things.
Just weapons, or?
I like to call it creative use. From creative use in combat.
Creative use in combat. What I got from that is that you're good with your hands. That's fine. Did you guys end up with a mysterious benefactor like we did, or do you know, or did you already have one going in?
We know our benefactor. Our benefactor is not an Archmage now, but Mage Anguin.
I don't know if she knows anything about Anguin.
No. You're vaguely familiar with Anguin. Again, you've heard the name. It in the whole Ambervale story and history as it kind of became something people were talking about, but you wouldn't have you would know that he held the title of Archmage, and to hold the title of Archmage, you have to be one of the better wizards in the world. So it kind of just, you hear Arch, and you're like, all right, well, they have to be at least very impressive, if not super impressive.
So, who? Okay, you said not Arch anymore. Who's the Archmage of New Ambervale? If he's not.
I believe they said his name was Cicero or something like that.
Okay. Okay, well, that name I don't know, but okay.
Well, we are at our splitting point, Thala.
Oh. Well, since I know what we have to do, quickly, do you have any tips on how to do this kaiju thing?
Work as a team, take down the beast. Myself, Russ, and Breakspear were the only three that were needed to take down our kaiju. Our kaiju was 150 feet tall. So, if all of you work together, you can do it. But that you'll have to come together. That's the hardest part of this whole thing we're doing. Is, on one hand, we're all out for ourselves. This is our wish, nothing else. But on the other, we all need each other.
What's your wish?
That, my dear, will be a story for another time.
I ain't telling you right now.
But he is guaranteeing that he's going to see her again.
As the parties line up before like the vessels split in two directions, and you're all back on your own boat. It is as repaired as it could be. It's not back to its brand new, but it is very much ocean worthy and ready for combat. Skem goes, "Oh, Captain Thala. Take this with you, won't you?" And he tosses you over a bag. And inside the bag is 5 major restoration health potions, and a small box that says for Thala.
Oh,
Is it like just a regular bag?
Yeah, it's just like a regular bag.
Just making sure. All right.
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm
I
over
will see
here
you
like.
all in Orvatheas.
And the two boats
Oh.
split their directions. One of the crewmates comes up to the party and goes, I didn't want to interrupt while you were guests on the other vessel, but the chest has activated again. Your benefactor wishes to speak to you.
I was thinking about that.
He opens it, and the projection begins.
Oh, shit.
Hello, Free Agent Team B. It is your benefactor. While I can't say I'm pleased about the fate of my ship, I am pleased to hear that you're still on your way to Orvatheas. Ships are material goods. I can buy another. But the whispers of what you did in Midpoint are growing in volume. And that's truly priceless. Speaking of which, after everything you've gone through in Midpoint, I still find myself left with one little lingering curiosity. No, not about Midpoint. About all of you. Yes, there's no doubt you're all mighty fighters. After all, you fought your way into this tournament. What I want to find out is who the best of my team truly is. In my chest, you will find 5 supreme health potions. More than enough to rejuvenate each of you. I propose a duel for my entertainment. And since everything in the Golden City is transactional, here's my end of the bargain. No, it's not gold. It's a boost in your power that will take you to what some might say is a new milestone.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you all know the benefit of attaining such power this early in the tournament. Of course, you may sit out, but before you do, consider the fact that there's only one winner of this tournament. Are you willing to let someone else get an edge over you? I suppose that's food for thought. Speak to you soon.
And so, with that, a choice
Mother of God.
for each one of you is presented. Will you duel amongst yourselves, or will you sit out? We'll start with Thala.
Honestly, we're not dueling to the death. You might as well try.
Perfect. Mina.
I agree. Let's do it.
Healith.
Might be useful to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Make us fight better as a team, so sure, I guess.
Akama.
Boy, you know I'm about to get up in there. I got things I need power for.
Perfect. We'll, so in which case, to start this off, we'll do it in a cross section. So we're going to do Thala versus Akama, Mina versus Healith. Now, one of the things we are going to be doing a little differently is we are going to be doing this combat in the epic style, rather than the cinematic style that we have been doing thus far. So there's a few things where I will mechanically be talking through just a couple of little points as we go through it all. But let's start this off. So Thala versus Akama. The two of you step to a safe part of the ship to not interact with the crew as they continue to sail the vessel towards the hunting grounds that Russ provided you. And so in this like little arena, there are effectively two ways to lose. Your health can be reduced to 0, or you are knocked out of bounds of the arena. As it is, rather small spot. You are going to start 15 feet away from each other, and you are going to have a 5-foot barrier behind, or like distance from you, or like behind you. So you could back up 5 feet, but then you're touching the line of the actual whole arena. So it's a little 25-foot long space on the boat.
Okay.
And to start this off, it means that we need to roll initiative for Thala and Akama.
Ah! Do we heal after each fight?
There's potion. Oh shit, that's true.
All right, so that means Thala, you have the first move. You have 2 actions: a movement action and a combat action to use.
Are we like?
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like face to face.
Yeah, you're 15 feet apart, looking at each other. And Healith and Mina are on the side going, woo, yeah, kick his ass, or whoever they're cheering for.
Oh gosh, you said a movement. Okay, movement and attack action. I don't think I'm curious. It's either up or this way. Up or this way.
What you got?
Dang. I know, I'm over here like, I've never had to fight each other. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. You said, I need to, this is weird. I'm
So
sorry.
10.
All right.
9,
I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like I don't want to go back. So instead of going back, we have to go up. So this would involve some kind of like jumping up this way before I like try to, again, I keep sticking with this like water fucking Rasengan bomb, shooting it at people, but it works for me.
Totally fine, yeah. So we're gonna jump into the air, and then we are going to let loose an attack. Is that
It's
what I'm
gonna be
hearing?
it's water Rasengan curveball.
Perfect. So let's see an
calling it.
attack roll from Thala.
Oh no, that's awful.
And let's see a Akama. Let's roll a spell defense roll. Oh, so the way this works in Epic is there are 5 tiers to an attack, and basically, if you're beaten by 5, or sorry, beaten by 10, beaten by 5, within you are equal or above 2 or below 2, above by 5, above by 10. That's like the little like tier system, and then crits add their own bonus to this. So in this instance, Akama rolled a 9, and Thala rolled a 8 plus 1, 9, and so the two numbers are equal. So Akama suffers 1 damage from the attack.
Health.
There's so much math here. I'm like, okay.
For the most part, I will be handling all of the math. I just want to make sure that the system itself is basically you're looking for a large degree of separation. That's what you're looking for. So like if you got a 19 and they got an 8, I'm going to take, but like in general, I'm going to take care of the actual like conversion. I just want you guys to be aware of the general identity of the system.
Okay.
Perfect. So that is 1 damage to Akama.
I'm gonna need that in writing at some point.
Would you like to force an action? 5, 4.
I mean, I could do it again.
2, 1. All right.
Okay. Wait, after we fight each other, we have to fight again, right? Whoever
Yes.
wins. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's it. Yes.
All right. We're gonna see a forced attack, forced action. So let's see the attack roll. 15.
Better.
Though there is a negative to forced actions, but let's see the defense roll, spell defense roll for Akama.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 2nd damage done to Akama.
Because the 50,
Roll
because
too
the
good.
was it -2 for the
Yes, -2.
force action? Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Cool.
Perfect. And so now we go to Akama. So Akama, what's your... So right now, she's jumped into the air. She sent forth 2 attacks of water. You're, for the most part, able to like resist anything too backbreaking from the damage. So here you stand. What do you do in response?
I want to grab me. Is there cover in the arena?
No, it is just an open dueling.
field.
Oh, yeah.
Open shooting. There's only one thing to do then is just to shoot some arrows at your ass. You about to look like a pincushion, hopefully.
Perfect. Let's see it. Let's see an attack roll.
I'm over here like, why are we moving?
You were saying gonna bomb me? What you mean?
With water.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
You're shooting projectiles at me, bro.
We got
So
potions.
That is a 7, so we are going to need to see the Thala's armor roll.
Bam.
14. So the attack, the arrow, like your arrow hits, but it like glances up and kind of like gets lodged in like her armor. It does no damage. It may be kind of like scratched into her, but for the most part, she is okay.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Where does your armor bonus come into play?
That was in they're factored into the roll. So, like as an example, on that last one, you rolled a 14.
14.
So 14 with your armor bonus is 18.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just like point for point. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, Akama, would you like to make an additional attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna at least do the one. Yeah.
All right, let's see a forced action attack. So this one is at a minus.
I'm rolling terrible, son.
That is
Why
not
can't I
looking
have a
good,
20
Thala.
sponsor?
Let's get
Why can't I get the sponsorship?
let's get an armor roll for Thala.
They don't pick up my phone calls.
As long as... Okay, I'm like, as long as it's
Again-
more than 7.
Again, the arrow kind of like glances off her armor and scales.
She's just looking at you like,
Would you like to triple down? 5, 4, 3.
There's yeah, I'm gonna
What?
triple down.
A triple forced action. This one comes at a larger penalty and can have repercussions leading into the next round.
Okay.
That's not a great roll. Let's see the defense roll from Thala again.
If you don't roll a 1, I feel like you're fine.
The arrow bounces off of me and shoots back at
You're
you.
sponsored by the 20! Let me get on that sponsorship, son. Put a good
She's
word in.
able to because she threw her spells. She's getting ready for her next volley of attacks, and she sees your arrow coming up, and she just moves her arm, and it just glances off her scales and flies harmlessly off the ship. So Thala, it's back to you.
Where is he in in the circle?
He hasn't moved, so he's at his starting
Okay,
spot.
gotcha. Okay, I was just making sure because I wasn't sure. Dang, he ain't moved not an inch. No,
Not an inch.
because I got to
No
get him
reason.
to. I got to
No
get him to
cover
move
or
back
nothing.
now. I got to get him to move back now.
Yeah, the only thing
All right, well, fuck it.
So the only thing he's done is since he did let loose 2 forced actions, he is potentially at a disadvantage for crits and things like that this turn.
Okay. Dang. I'm assuming am I on the ground? Am I back on the ground?
Yeah,
So all I
you're
did
back
was
on the
jump and throw. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like I don't know. It ain't broke yet, so let's just do it again.
Perfect. Sending it back.
Come on now.
Let's see the attack roll.
We're gonna do it until it don't work.
Mother
Bam.
of God.
That right there is
That's a
a
crit.
crit. So let's
Mother
see
of God.
let's see the defense roll for Akama, but this is not looking good.
I'm not
You
sponsored by
need
the
a crit
numbers.
here, or a 20.
I'm not
Oh.
getting a crit.
Oh no.
That right there
Told you my
represents. So
sponsorship
this is
is
a
low.
good example.
Oh
This
no.
is a good example of the highest level damage that can happen. So it's the maximum separation, and with a crit bonus means it is 1 degree further separation, meaning that this is going to be doing in full combat would do 4 damage.
Ooh.
However, because you were within the safety of this match,
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him.
the bolt hits Akama and shoves him out of the arena. Akama, though, you are reduced down to 0 HP, and you're laying there with the understanding that the attack that just hit you would have, could have potentially. Actually, the attack that hit you could have killed you if it was in open combat. You would have been rolling
Had
against
my
the
little
Reaper.
tinking little
But I-
arrows.
But I was
You
not
sit
trying
here throwing a
to.
single bomb.
I wasn't trying to kill him, and I didn't. You
Lay on the ground
did-
like,
look.
look, you did to me. Ah.
And so
but did
now
you die?
we've got Mina versus Healith.
I'm gonna be nice,
All
and
right.
I'm gonna go take him one of the potions that was he gave the matter of fact he gave us potions with the box, right?
Correct.
I'm
yeah.
gonna go get one of them and be like, here you go. It's for you.
And that does
Here's your
put
little
Akama
sippy cup.
back to full health. So Healith and Mina, let's roll initiative.
Oh.
All right, Healith,
Oh.
you have the initiative. So you're 15 feet apart. There's 5 feet distance behind, which means with your movement action, you can clear the distance between the two of you.
How far does my pole arm reach? Like, if I'm at 10 feet away, can I still reach Mina?
Yes. So that would put you. There are just like there are damage separations. There are distance separations. Your pole arm's reachability always lets you to strike at 1 further, and so normally you would have to be at the closest distance, combat distance, to swing, but you can swing 1 further away. So you could move up to 10 feet rather than the full 15.
And how wide across is the ship? Like, I know that we have 25 feet.
We'll say 25 by 15, just to keep it like
25 by
it's
15.
it is
Okay,
it's a kind of a narrow strip in the middle of the boat between the two masts.
Gotcha. I'm going to move at a diagonal until I am 10 feet away from Mina, but at a diagonal, so that way I'm closer to one of the edges without being...
Gotcha.
I'm trying to position myself so that way it's harder for me to get knocked out of the circle. And I will strike at Mina.
Perfect. Let's see the attack roll. Not a bad roll. And let's see Mina's defense.
Ooh.
Does 1 damage to Mina.
I will go ahead and push it and attack Mina a second time.
Perfect. Let's see it.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
And
Rolled a
we still
one
we
with
do
authority.
still roll the defense for Mina, because there's a chance Mina also rolls a 1. But
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh.
Okay. So no
No.
damage is done.
so you come in with that first swing, you slice across, like you see that you do damage. You see that moment of like, you're like, all right, I could press in and attack. As you press in though, your attack is too like rapid, and it hits her bark. If it was flesh, perhaps you would have penetrated, but you underestimate like how like sturdy just her physical form is, and so your blade kind of skips on her. With that nat 1 though, it is going to end your combat. You may not force actions, and so it goes over to Mina's attack.
Gotcha.
So I am going to move a couple feet closer, and I'm going to use earth magic to create a boulder and throw it at Heath.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, to cover one thing real quick, so normally in this instance, because you are moving into the threat range of a reach weapon, Healith, you would get a free forced action if you would have the option to. However, because of your one, your forced actions are off for the round.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And so, Mina, you step in, and let's see the attack roll. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. And let's see the defense roll for Healith.
Oh.
Oh no.
I don't like
with
that.
that is
but
going to be
I do.
2 damage to Healith.
Okay.
All right. And would you like to force an action?
Yeah, let's do it again.
Perfect. As you slam down the first boulder and you begin to ready up your next attack, let's see how that roll goes. 7. That this is Healith. Let's not roll a 1 here, buddy.
Please.
Oh
my God. Holy shit. I was about to say, oh.
Ooh.
So a degree
That you're
of
able
success.
the attack hits, but Healith, you're able to like brace yourself and sustain so you don't take damage from the attack. Now there is a penalty for going to double forced actions, but Mina, it is an option. Would you like to?
No.
All right, it is passed back to you, Healith. So she is now she's now in point blank.
If I attempt to move away, does Mina get the opportunity to attack me as I'm trying to retreat?
No, not with
Okay.
what she has.
Gotcha. Then I'm going to back away from Mina, kind of skirt around to the backside of where she is, of her position, to attack again.
Perfect. Let's see the attack roll.
Oh, that was fucked up.
Jeez.
Oh, that
Oh
was
my
so
God.
fucked up.
That was going to be a crit too, because
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
so
Let's-
fucked up.
Let's
That
see
was very
the
narrow.
Mina defense roll. You can't roll poorly because you could still take a damage
Right.
here.
Still.
Oh my god.
okay.
There
And
it is.
that will put Mina down to 0. Healith, you're able to wheel around, from and get behind her, striking in as you move and hit home on a more vital location for Mina. Outside of the context of this this arena, because these fights stop at 0, Mina, you would still be combat viable, but you would be hitting what we call negative health. Negative health is where your essence of a hero is waning, and so this is the period where you can get, limbs cut off, maimed, like suffer real damage rather than just like health-based damage. So it kind of enters in cinematic aspects. But in this instance, we're stopping at 0 for these fights, as we're not trying to do any permanent damage to anybody. But Healith is your victor.
I'd like to drink a health potion before having to fight Thala.
So here is
I forgot he
just
lost
one thing to you 100% can. You 100% can. But one thing I'm going to highlight is that Skem gave you all 1 each to go hunt the kaiju. You have 1 each from the benefactor to duel amongst yourselves. So you can do this, but if you take damage versus Thala, you would only have 1 health potion left to take.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Skem gave us anything, but that's okay.
Yeah, the bag Skem threw over was the.
I meant I didn't know it was for us.
Oh. Okay.
Damn.
Very, very fair. In which case,
I got these 4 health potions.
100% correct. As far as you're concerned right now, there is.
You don't know what's in there, so think about it that way. I'm not saying I would keep them all, but you don't know that I have it.
That's very true. That's a good metagame catch. I apologize.
I think Healith wants to win. Yeah, Healith wants to win, and
perfect.
he realizes that Thala has range on him. So yeah, Healith would
you are
drink
healed to full. And so it comes down to Healith versus Thala. Let's see that initiative roll. Oh boy!
Come on.
All right, Mina opening up with another
Listen.
high initiative roll. Or sorry, not Thala opening up with another high initiative roll.
Like, I'm done.
She's like,
Yeah,
I'm in this fight.
Like, I hope that same thing happens.
She's come back like, I'm not done with him.
She makes him drink all that water she made me drink.
All right, so Thala, you're kicking this off. What do you got?
I'm over here like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do the same thing. He done see me do it 3 times. It ain't broke though, but all right. So maybe not just 1 big one, but there's gonna be a couple because we're going high and low, not just 1 center of gravity. We're going high and low.
Perfect.
So-
I'm about to hit you with
So
a little.
So splitting your attack this way, you will roll 1 dice for each of the attacks. However, they are at a minus. So they're at
What do
a
you mean?
-2. So you'll roll 2. You'll get to roll 2 dice rolls, 1 for the high, 1 for the low, but they are at a -2 each.
Okay. Oh no. One of them's not very good.
7. All right, and let's roll the defense for Healith, 1 for each. So we'll go left and right. Just keep this even.
Oh, look at that.
Do I get my plus to magic resistance, or is this just...
Yes, that is all factored in. Yes, I've got
gotcha,
that on my cheat sheet. So you're able to step aside, like your lower extremities out of the way. The upper one kind of like knocks you in like the shoulder head area, and you take 1 damage from the attack. But you're still more than fine. Would you like to force an action, Thala?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. But
We doing the same thing, or are we going back to your tried and true?
We're going back.
Back to tried
you're
and
like,
true.
you know what? Tried that. I'm like, maybe not.
Let's see it.
Oh God, look at that. Awful. Bullshit.
All right, and the defense roll for Healith.
Even better.
So that is going to be another damage to Healith.
I don't even know how much health he has. I'm just trying my best.
Now, again, a third and final forced action does have detriments to you in your next. No, we're not doing it. Perfect.
Even if
to
I use the
heal.
free force action, I'm joking. Go ahead.
So just to answer that real quick, all free forced actions have to be the first forced action.
I figured that makes sense. I was half joking. Okay.
No, I'm glad we're talking about it. So Healith, what you got?
It's good to know.
Healith would move. So Thala didn't move forward, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You just whatcha?
Pretty much.
Understood. Healith would move again at a diagonal and put himself within reach distance of Thala and will strike.
Perfect. Let's see the attack roll.
Wow.
Damn.
All right, and the defense
Looking
roll
like me
from
right now, boy.
Thala.
I don't like that.
That ain't me.
Whoa. Oh.
That ain't Falco.
She's easily able to like block the attack. Your attack doesn't come in with that right like striking power. Would you like to force an action?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I've got to force an action.
Let's see it. Oh no, the Thala attack curse continues. Let's see the defense roll for Thala.
Attack curse.
Hey, you can be looking just like me, little boy.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey.
Her defense ain't shit either.
Wait.
However,
I'm
with
still
her,
higher.
her total bonus, she actually still moves that to a no damage strike.
Look at that.
And so,
that's frustrating.
would you like to all out risk it with the third attack? This one would be at a -4.
Let's do it, but this last one is not an actual hit to wound, it's a push. I want to push her back that last 5 feet to knock her out of the arena.
All right, so this since it is a combat action, it is still going to be like you acknowledged -4. We're going to call this it'll be a grapple check, though you are pushing, not grappling. And so we're going to let's see what your total value is. You have a 1 in grapple, so
Grapnel.
all right.
Sponsorship is not
so
on your side.
Yeah.
Is it
So
also
Thala?
a
You look like me
grapple
now,
check for
boy.
me?
all you have to do is not roll a 1 on sturdiness.
All I'm trying to tell you is
Sturdiness.
highly don't recommend the third
Oh,
third
God.
action.
Damn.
Especially not on Thala. Don't do the third force on Thala. It's not worth it.
Thala,
Every time.
so at this point,
Every time.
Healith, he swung, he glanced, he swung. His attack doesn't find home again. Out of desperation, he grabs his spear. He attempts to push you back. It like awkwardly kind of like clunks into you. You're easily able to stand your ground, and you now get to attack back.
Okay.
A little boy in this man right now.
And
How
because
close- I'm gonna say-
because he
Go ahead.
all out attacked, you do have a crit bonus in this round.
How close is he to the edge now?
Or
Or is he like further?
He would.
Is he
It would be roughly about 7 feet.
Okay. He keeps trying to move me. I'm like, ha. Well, I'm over here like, I'm gonna keep saying this. If it ain't broke, we gonna try to. I mean, we gonna get
Keep
him
it
with
simple.
it. Cause
Let's
I
do
feel
it.
like there's enough force. If like, look,
Let's see the attack roll.
cause
Don't blow him up.
Damn.
That
Gee.
is a crit with the
Yes, it
additional
is.
crit bonus. So, Healith,
What did I tell you?
Need a
What did I
big
tell you?
roll. Let's see it. Can Healith get a big roll here? You need a big roll to stay in this.
What did I tell you, my boy? What did I tell you?
oh damn.
That is not it. That is not it.
Yeah.
Healith, you have a similar feeling to what Akama felt.
Comma with that.
The attack hits you. You're sprawled out onto the ground, and you're like, "Wow! If this was going for lethal, like there's some real oomph behind that." But you're ultimately able to shake yourself off, and right now you are just at 0 HP.
Gotcha.
And with that, Thala is your champion.
We need a
As,
graphic for that.
As the box is opened again, you do hear the benefactor's voice as you pick up the little like crystal vial with a tiny little liquid in it for you to drink, and you hear him say, "I guess you really are first amongst equals."
Oh. Well. Alright. He said a little liquid vial. Oh, well.
In this as well, all of you are also awarded your 100 gold from finding tangible evidence and completing the story of Midpoint.
Oh yeah.
Bring, 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 bring.
Woohoo! Got that cash money now.
Wait, there was 5 potions in there, but what's his name? He didn't.
Sorry, it's
does that mean does he still get one?
That part is on me. Skem gave you 5 in the bag. The benefactor gave 4. That was a me whoopsie. Sorry.
I'm Can I take the one that was I'm assuming for me and give it to him? I'm be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So Healith, you were able to drink that, and you are back to full health.
Cool.
So.
And
thanks, Thala.
Did I drink mine? Can I drink mine too?
Yes.
I think I did.
We still have another fight ahead of us. We all need to be. So.
Yeah.
And as one of the shipmates go, "Oh, good. Your sparring's over. I just wanted to alert all of you that we've got 2 vessels, and one of them is coming up on us quick.
Oh fuck!
But that is a story for the next cinematic epic.
Oh no."
We've had some fun here today. It was a very thrilling episode of tons of 20s, lots of good interaction.
Good.
In fact, I am from top to bottom happy with every single one of you. So each and every one of you is going to gain 1 minor cinematic token and 1 minor epic token. But also just to rub it in that Thala is in fact first amongst equals. Thala, you get to decide if you would like an additional. Actually, no. You bested them all in combat. You're going to get an additional minor cinematic token. So you gain 2 minor cinematic tokens for this session as you were first amongst equals. On top of that, all of you can rejoice after fighting off hordes of the Vry coral and going through this entire ordeal. All of you have hit the next milestone.
Thank goodness.
So you may continue to improve upon your characters and get them ready for what is sure to be a lighthearted, easy breezy next session, and nothing else alarming at all. Thala, with the vial that you were given, you are actually up in additional milestone from the rest of the party.
Oh shit! I'm up here like. Right
so
now,
all of you may adjust that within your character sheets as you see fit, but that will do it for us here today on Cinematic Epic. It has been an absolute blast. Whether you watched live, whether you watched after we had already dropped the episode, we appreciate you so much. You being here means the absolute world to us, and we will keep bringing you this content. And I am very excited for the next episode of Cinematic Epic. But until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.